Guys, Planet Gaming here. Welcome back to another video. So I got a chance to play in the Silph Arena Continental's Wildcard tournament. I was really lucky. I barely made it to Challenger and I was selected into this Wildcard tournament, and it was so fun and it was such a learning experience playing with like the best players across Asia and Australia. It was such a good experience. It was a 7-round tournament and I faced 4 ace trainers, and out of my 7 games I faced 2 players from India and the rest of the players from different countries. Some of them completely destroyed me and I did fairly good against some of them. So let's start our tournament, and our first match is from a player who is from Australia, Metarohan, and he is an exceptional player and he totally destroyed me because of his unpredictable moveset. I totally did not expect what he was using. And let's get into the match. He brought Hypno here and I have Skuntank. I'm good because I resist both his moves. Apart from Hypno, he has Beedrill, Alolan Sandslash, Bronzong, Noctowl and Azumarill. So really good switch there, catching my crunch with Azumarill. And I go to a Sludge Bomb. I do not switch here. I feel like our fast and charge moves both counter the Azumarill, but I should have looked out for that switch in the beginning. So that's totally my fault, not paying attention and not looking into that switch. And I'm not gonna take a shield against Azumarill. I'm just gonna keep farming until I reach that play rough, and I do reach that play rough. The match sort of looks in our favor so far, and Hypno comes out, but I have 2 shields. Do I take a shield? I do take a shield, and he throws a Thunder Punch, and I believe he can reach another Thunder Punch. He does reach another Thunder Punch. Now this could be the wrong shield, but I go to Hydro Pump, which will definitely knock out the Hypno, and out comes his Bronzong, and his Bronzong against my Froslass is doing super effective damage. The thing is, Bronzong is not using Psychic. He is using some dark type move as his fast move, and also he throws a heavy slam. So both his moves on Bronzong were unexpected. It totally caught me off guard, and the match that was looking like it was in my favor went away from me. I couldn't even reach a Shadow Ball on Froslass, which is so unfortunate. And he switches, but this time I do pay attention and I throw a Shadow Ball and it lands. I'm so happy I'm again getting ahead in this match. Out comes his Beedrill and I decide to shield, which is the wrong move here because he threw a Fell Stinger, which does pretty much no damage at all. This Avalanche would have destroyed the Beedrill, so good job on taking that shield. And he throws a Drill Run and the match pretty much goes out of my hand. I take a shield. I believe this is the right shield because I need to throw that Avalanche even if it is a Fell Stinger. But that Drill Run, it was just community day 1 day before. I should have known that it's Skuntank and he's farming more than Fell Stinger. A Drill Run is coming, so it's totally on me. It's all my fault, and he's just raising his attack over and over again. But I cannot risk throwing a charge move, and I barely didn't make it, and he won game 2. So this player from Australia is totally destroying me, and out comes Bronzong. And if we remember, Bronzong throws dark type moves, so we are resisting that. Even the confusion we will resist. So throwing a crunch and we both switch. This is fine actually. This is actually fine. We are having a shield advantage. Can we win this one? I will not give out any spoilers about any match, and make it more interesting and more learning what is going to happen. So he throws a Thunder Punch and I do not reach another charge move. I am just being very stingy with the shields and I go to crunch. And do I take this shield? I believe I do not take this shield. I do not take this shield. I go to crunch and Beedrill comes out, takes around 50% of Beedrill's health, and I'm gonna throw an Avalanche. I should not take this shield. I should have taken the shield. So this is not a person who will assume that if the other person has 2 shields, and that person will expect that it's just a shield bait, because obviously there's so much shield advantage, so we can just shield bait them, right? So we are going towards the end of the match. Out comes Hypno. Can we win this one? Throws 1 crunch. Out comes Bronzong. Throw another crunch. Can we win this one? We are doing good, but we are not doing good enough, and we go down. And we lose that. So next match is with Dennisteik. He has Munchlax, Raticate, Beedrill, Hypno, Noctowl and Toxicroak. I see that his team is sort of very weak to Toxicroak. He makes a switch and I immediately switch to Toxicroak. So if I remember correctly, I use Toxicroak in all his games. I just need to save my Toxicroak from the Hypno. Even against Beedrill, I can just throw Mud Bomb because Beedrill is a poison type. And out comes Noctowl. Mud Bomb will be like no damage at all. So I throw the Sludge Bomb and we go down. But Toxicroak's doing so much work here. And Munchlax is such a powerful Pokemon. And Toxicroak is pretty much the only check to Munchlax. So Toxicroak is really important, really important. And out comes his Toxicroak. We resist the fighting type moves even though we are ice type, so that's the beauty of Froslass, and we win very easily. Going on to match number 2 against Dennisteik. Dennisteik, I believe, was from Malaysia. This person was from Malaysia, and unfortunately his team was really weak to me. He switches to Beedrill, I switch to Froslass. I do not shield. He's throwing a Sludge Bomb here. I assume the moveset is Sludge Bomb plus Drill Run, because the tournament was filled with Beedrill, which was really surprising. The Beedrill just came out the day before, like the community day just ended like 12 hours before for me, before this tournament, and there was no time to practice. But 75% of the people in the tournament were having Beedrill in their team. So I let my Froslass faint and I throw a Sludge Bomb. He switches to Noctowl. And do I switch here? I should switch here. Why am I not switching here? I believe I can take this Noctowl out and I can still reach that Raticate. Remember, Toxicroak double counters the Raticate because of normal and dark typing. And even though we'll go down here, but we have our third Pokemon, and that is Azumarill, totally resisting the Raticate. And so unfortunate that his team is so weak to mine, and he doesn't even have an Azumarill. I have a really good, like a safe switch or a good tank in the form of Azumarill that I can use. I bring out my Bronzong in this match. I'm using Bronzong for the first time in a Sorcerous Cup, and I do not shield there. And he brings Munchlax. I think he's doing a mistake here by switching. He knows that I do bring Toxicroak, and he keeps bringing a Pokemon that is weak to Toxicroak. So I'll assume he has Hypno as well, because by now he should know how much I'm relying upon Toxicroak to win these games. And out comes Hypno, and I throw a Mud Bomb and take his shield out. Wow, Toxicroak taking that shield out. I bring out Azumarill. Very surprising, because I don't want to take that Shadow Ball. I do not have a shield with me. So out comes his Noctowl, and his Noctowl, I do a mistake here. I just farm down the Noctowl. I do not throw. I should have thrown, and all my energy goes to waste. And my Bronzong dies without throwing a charge move, which is really unfortunate. And out comes Hypno and Azumarill, and I throw a Hydro Pump, but Hypno is so tanky. He will throw a Thunder Punch at me, but that will not take me down. What is going to happen in this match? I actually go down. That is really bad. If I had thrown that Bronzong's move, I would have a chance. I don't know if I would have win it. So we are up against Mug as a Froslass, really bad for us, but I'm just going for Avalanche. Also look at the team of this opponent. Final Flash 218. He's an ace trainer, and he's running Wobbuffet. Wow, and he's also running Licky, two Pokemon I have never faced in Sorcerous Cup, but we do not face both of them in this match as well. So Final Flash, I am not 100% sure, but I do believe he is from Australia as well. So really good to play against players across all these countries. And he takes the Shadow Ball. Maybe expected an Avalanche there, but I'm not going for baits here. I do not go for baits if the two moves are very slightly different from each other in terms of energy. Like two moves take almost the same amount of energy, so I will go for the bigger move because it's worth it, right? If he takes shield, it's okay. We just wasted very little energy. Only if there is too much of an energy difference between two moves is it worth baiting with the lower move, right? So out comes a Hypno, but Hypno is so low he can't do anything to the Toxicroak. So we win with Toxicroak versus Hypno, and we go on to game number 2, and out comes Muck against my Toxicroak. I take the risk, and I take this risk a lot of times. I just bring Toxicroak as my lead, and I do it mostly against people running Alolan Muck, because people with Alolan Muck keep their Alolan Muck in the lead a lot of times. So I do take that risk and bring out my Toxicroak. Sometimes it backfires because Hypno and Bronzong, right? But a lot of times it does work, like this game. So this game is in our hands because I am dictating the rules of this game, because I had the lead. He made the switch, I made the switch, and he's still trying to do his best and switching, but I can switch as well. So still I can win this match. And that Alolan Muck keeps running away from the Toxicroak, but I keep bringing Toxicroak back and back again against that Alolan Muck. So let's see how this matchup goes. We both have one shield. He brings out the Alolan Muck. He has to shield. He cannot take a play rough here, and he does not shield. Why does he not shield? Like, Toxicroak will just take it out. He could have thrown a poison type move, but he just goes down with one shield. Going on to match number 3. So we do win this game. Let's see how we do in game number 3. Honestly, I don't even remember if I lost or won this one, so I can't even tell. Alright, so let's see. So we have a favorable lead one more time. Really unfortunate for our opponent, and Noctowl, he just pretty much gave up, and I think that was the right thing to do, because either he switches and loses the switch advantage, or he keeps taking these powder snows, which really hurt the Noctowl. So he let it go, and he's still not shielding, and I decide to not shield as well. The reason I do not do it is because I want to use my Toxicroak against that Muck, and I do know that there is a Hypno in the back. If I keep shielding myself and I take out the Muck with the Froslass, then my Toxicroak would not have a target. But if I do not do so, I bring out my Toxicroak and I use that shield on my Toxicroak. So that is the plan, right? You understand, right, what I'm doing here? I want to go against that Muck with my Toxicroak. Seems like that was not the requirement, and I won that game as well. Going against an ace trainer from India now. So I faced 2 ace trainers already, and I won one of the matches, which is a big deal for me. And PMKD is from India, is an ace trainer, and in the first game we are going Skuntank versus Skuntank. I am not going for any sludge bombs. I decide to take this one. I know I will survive. I do survive, so really good judgment there. I almost risked it, and he brings out Froslass and he has to shield. Alright, this is we have very similar teams, only difference between Bronzong and Hypno. Actually, the most highly ranked player of this wildcard tournament, the elite trainer, was also having the same team as PMKD, which is pretty much my team as well, and that trainer also had the same team as PMKD. So he had Bronzong, Hypno instead of Bronzong as well. So really popular team, and after a lot of thinking and brainstorming I came up with this team. I believe this is the best team I can do, and if I have to play another Sorcerous Cup I will take this team. I'm happy with this team. And out comes a Shadow Ball from Hypno and we go down. Whoa, we totally missed that match. Let's go to match number 2 and really look into the match, what exactly is going on here. And PM Giddy is a really good player. And let's see, Azumarill versus Skuntank. We can manage this one by shielding probably, but he switches. I'm surprised he switches. And he brings out Froslass. I bring out Froslass as well. And this is probably a Shadow Ball. It is a Shadow Ball. And I throw a Shadow Ball as well. And we get a shield as well. He throws another Shadow Ball. Really surprising how fast he reached. And I'm going to reach another Shadow Ball here. And bang, we got the Shadow Ball damage in. We both have no shields. Out comes Skuntank. I wanted to go for an Avalanche, but we couldn't. It's fine. We got a Toxicroak. Out comes Hypno. Out comes Azumarill. And we can win this, right? And out comes a Thunder Punch. I'm trying to throw a Hydro Pump here. We know that Hydro Pump doesn't takes out the Hypno, but we do want to try our best here. Okay, we are going down now. Now Toxicroak has a lot of work to do against a Hypno. We need to go to Mud Bomb, but whoa, very unfortunate. He reaches a Thunder Punch. We do not go down. Oh, this match could have been won, but we couldn't. It's fine, it's fine. We move on to game number 3. I am choosing my team here. A bit of the background of the match comes in here. Toxicroak, Skuntank and Froslass. Pretty much the similar team I have used against him, and I try to do the Toxicroak lead here, and I do it. Whoa, that Froslass is just like spamming everything out of nowhere. And we reach a crunch, we throw a crunch, but I think he will throw like 2 avalanches before we reach another crunch. That is so bad. And we reach another crunch. Thank God. We will at least take a shield. We take the shield, but I'm really scared here because we do not have a solution to this Froslass on our back. But we got Mud Bomb. Whoa, what is this Froslass doing? We got a Mud Bomb. Thank God. I can't believe I actually got to throw a Mud Bomb. Wow, that avalanche totally changed the game. There's no way we can make a comeback here. There's no way we can make a comeback here. And here comes crunch. And wow. So it's fine. We move on to game number 5 against the TheAceLancelot, and he's another Indian player. So 2 of the Indian players out of 7 that I face. Out comes Froslass versus Froslass. Also, let us look at his team. He is running Azumarill, Muck, Beedrill, Bronzong, Medicham, and what we see, the Froslass. Out comes his Azumarill. We are going Azumarill versus Azumarill. It's totally fine. We have the shield advantage. I'm never gonna shield against an Azumarill unless we need the Azumarill and we are about to go down. In that case, I will shield an Azumarill. And out comes his Play Rough. I know I will barely survive this. I could be wrong. I barely do survive this. And one fast move away from fainting, I do reach Play Rough. This is a game changer. This Play Rough is a game changer. I bring out my Noctowl because 90% of the Azumarills are not running Ice Beam, but I still shield because I know a lot of these games I end up with 2 shields and losing. I do not want to repeat that in this cup, which is so significant. Wildcard Silph Continental Cup. I do not want to do that. So this could be a Shadow Ball, and it is a Shadow Ball, so good job there. I do not want to risk even an Avalanche here, so I throw an Avalanche. Out comes his Medicham, and I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball because Psychic type. Now Medichams are really strong, but he is very unlucky to have eaten a Shadow Ball from a Froslass. So going against Froslass is really unfortunate, but otherwise Medichams are really strong. I do not have a Medicham, otherwise I probably would have used a Medicham. I'm surprised so few people are using Medicham. I don't know why. Maybe because people are throwing so many ghost type moves, that is why. I don't know. I do not have a Medicham, so there is no question of using it. Anyways, against Azumarill you cannot throw an Avalanche. He just resists it and hardly does any damage, so I will only throw Shadow Balls, and I do reach Shadow Ball. Really lucky there, and I throw another one. We will get a shield. No, we will not get a shield, and out comes Skuntank. Just one fast move and he is gone, and I cannot take any move from him, and out comes my Crunch. And will I reach another Crunch? I don't think I will reach another Crunch before his Avalanche comes out. So I switch. Really good switch, I must say. And out comes his Avalanche. And he does switch. And we just need to reach the Hydro Pump. Will this knock out? I don't think this knocks out the Bronzong. And does a lot of damage. But Bronzong is so tanky. And he does Psy Shock to me. And whoa, will we reach Play Rough? Oh, very unlucky there. So far I have been really good with the switches and with the last moment hitting moves, but oh, I didn't reach Crunch either. That is double unlucky. I lose that. Wow, how did I lose that? Anyways, we reach game number 3, and it's Skuntank versus Froslass. I believe it's an okay matchup by now, and I tried to switch there. I tried to switch into Froslass to catch that Avalanche, although Avalanche against a Froslass still does a decent amount, but I tried to catch it, but I couldn't switch on time, so I stayed with this Skuntank, and I'm throwing Crunches here. We got both his shields. Do I shield here? I do shield here, and will I switch now? Oh man, I didn't switch now. Alright, we eat the Avalanche, and I didn't switch now because I do not have an Azumarill. I would have switched to Azumarill now, but because I do not have shields, I do not want to switch to Froslass, and we cannot switch to Noctowl, right? It's a Froslass. So we bring out our Noctowl against Azumarill, and we got Sky Attack going on, and Bronzong is doing a decent amount. He is really overcharging. They're not throwing any charge moves, so this is working in our favor with all that overcharging. We reach one last Sky Attack, so really happy that I reached that one, and I immediately switch and faint the Bronzong. All that energy goes down, and I reach a Shadow Ball. And will I reach another one? Yes, I do reach another one, and Froslass coming out so strong and destroying the Azumarill. Alright, next we have miwotsukushi. This, as the name suggests, is a person from Japan, and really nice to see a person from Japan as well, and see his team. He has Gothitelle. I have seen that Pokemon for the first time, but it didn't make any appearance in the matches, but still it's really surprising. Another Ace Trainer, and he has Mug, Clefable, Bronzong, Alolan Sandslash, and Toxicroak. So I bring out my Toxicroak, and do I shield here? I do shield here, although we resist all the Mug moves. But whoa, Clefable comes out. Will he let it go through? Oh, he will not let it go through. Alright, so what I'm going to throw here, I need to throw Hydro Pump, but it is a Meteor Mash, which doesn't do much damage. Wow, really surprising. So we do reach the Hydro Pump, and we almost faint the Clefable. It will be a Toxicroak, and we have Toxicroak versus Toxicroak. We have some energy. Oh man, we lose this. We could have won this. Really unfortunate. Anyways, moving on to game number 2. Excuse me. And going on to game number 2, Froslass versus Toxicroak. Favorable match for us. Let's see if we can make it. Avalanche comes out. Will it connect, or will he shield here? And Toxicroak throwing a Mud Bomb, but I need to shield. Froslass is so squishy. You just can't let even the neutral moves go through, you will just die, right? You will just die. And out comes another Mud Bomb, and we probably CMP tied there. And I'm staying in. Is it the wrong thing to do? It is the wrong thing to do. I should not have stayed in. I should have bailed out, and I should have thrown that Shadow Ball or Avalanche on some other Pokemon. Out comes Bronzong. We are pretty much walled by the Bronzong, but it's good that Bulldoze does no damage and we can survive fairly easily the Psyshock. So we will throw one more Sky Attack and then go down. I switch now. Okay, I decide to switch. Oh, out comes Muck, which is fine, We still do a decent damage. Can we survive this Muck and still come out with a crunch? I do not think so. Should I have thrown Sludge Bomb? If I had thrown Sludge Bomb and then I should have farmed, maybe I would have a chance to throw a crunch onto the Bronzong. Wow, Bronzong has a move ready and he takes down Noctowl. Game number 2, GG. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves and at least win the game number 3, right? This is not going good, and we don't even get to see Gothitelle. That is the worst part here. We want to see Gothitelle, right? And throwing a player off here, it is gonna hit like a truck. Will he shield? He will shield. And will I shield? I will not shield this one. All right, a Sludge Wave comes. Whoa, totally wrecks me. And I go for another player off. That's the use of Azumarill, right? We are getting wrecked by the Alolan Muck, but it still survives and throws another player off. So out comes Toxicroak, out comes my Noctowl, and we were good to shield that one. And let's see if he will shield this one. He will not shield. And out comes Bronzong. I cannot switch here. Are we going down 3-0 here? Oh man, this goes so bad. Again, I don't know. Did I decide on the wrong Pokemon? I don't know. I don't know. Now I have a Toxicroak in the back. Wow. And he has a move Psyshock. And Psyshock is enough to take us out. Alright. Moving on to game number 7. Another ace trainer, MYSTICxKNIGHT, who is from Philippines. And we got so many players across so many countries. Good to see that. Froslass versus Froslass. Out comes Shadow Ball. We are both one shield down. Do I bait? I do not bait. I go for Shadow Ball this time. And we get the shield. And do we shield? We do shield. And who reaches the Shadow Ball first? I should reach. Oh, out comes Muck. Okay. And out comes my Toxicroak. We do not have a shield, but we should survive, right? We resist Muck's moves. And now because he has thrown his energy, so I do not throw the Mud Bomb. Otherwise, I was going to throw the Mud Bomb, and that would have really backfired if I threw the Mud Bomb, right? Because if we CMP tied, he threw the Dark Pulse first, then I threw the Dark Pulse, all my energy would have been gone. And because he threw the Dark Pulse and my Mud Bomb was one move away, I did not throw it and I saved all that energy. See this Toxicroak destroying Muck, destroying Froslass, destroying Azumarill. And Azumarill taking out the Froslass, what it is good, right? Because we got all the energy down, and Azumarill do not run Ice Beams, so he cannot reach a charge move. So we win game number 1. Moving on to game number 2, Skuntank versus Azumarill, really favorable, and I don't think I will bait here. I will straight away go for Sludge Bomb. As I said, when the two moves have very little difference, I do not go for bait, at least most of the times. Unless I'm sure that that person is going to shield, I may go for bait. And out comes Alolan Muck. And I pretty much throw crunches because I think they're energy efficient, and I can throw more of them. I just in the end I just throw crunches against a Muck. We can throw Sludge Bombs, pretty much the same thing, takes more energy, does more damage, right? and out comes Azumarill. He doesn't shield, he expected a mud bomb, I suppose, and out comes Toxicroak. We take his shield, we have one shield and we have two Pokemon. This is pretty much GG, I will say. And I do shield here. Alright, so because I'm about to reach my charge move, I throw Sludge Bomb here. Alright, both the moves are resisted, but in any case we do a lot of damage because Toxicroak, just like Froslass, is very squishy Pokemon, and down goes Toxicroak. Even with that Sludge Bomb, can't take out Azumarill, even though it does a lot of damage. So we are Toxicroak against Noctowl, although we are taking super effective damage, but Noctowl is a normal type, so we do super effective damage as well. But I needed to bail out because overall Noctowl will win that match, and he has to bail out as well, and he takes that Avalanche. Why will he take that Avalanche? Really surprising. Now I might farm down this. I cannot farm down, we will get hit by another charge move, so I go for Avalanche, and he shields now with low energy. That is really wrong because now he is saving very little health, and earlier if he had shielded he would have saved a lot of health. So wrong shield there, and that wrong shield might cost him this match as well. Out comes Noctowl and I throw the Sludge Bomb. That is the right move to throw. Out comes Toxicroak, I throw Crunch, and a Mud Bomb is coming any moment now, and he has a shield advantage. Let's see if we can pull this through. I go for another Crunch. He will shield this time. He is just farming. We cannot win this. He farmed too much. He probably can throw two Mud Bombs now, and out comes a Mud Bomb and we go down. Overall we did good. We did 4-3 in a tournament where literally every participant was highly ranked than me, and I faced so many trainers across Australia and Asia, and I did good. I went 4-3. I'm happy that I got this opportunity, and I'm super happy that I did a positive tournament, and thanks to the admins who managed this whole thing. I want to give a shout out to them because they managed so much, they worked so hard. So if you like this video, you learned anything, please give a like, please subscribe, because these tournament videos take forever to make, and that will support me, that will motivate me to keep making these videos. Also, before this tournament started, the night before this tournament, I made a video. I think I can show that video to you guys, so I'm gonna play that video now. And again, if you learned anything, this will be helpful for your Sorcerous Cup or PvP in general. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe. That will help me so much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, Planet Gaming here. So I got an opportunity to play in the Continental Wildcard Tournament. This is huge for me. I can't believe that I got this. When I got selected into the regionals, I was the least ranked person. No person below me got selected into the regionals. I was the lowest ranked rival that went into the regionals, and I completely lost entirely in the regionals. All right, fast forward to now. I barely made it to Challenger, and just when I made it to Challenger, the Continental lottery came about that you need to be a minimum of Challenger and you need to play in the regionals. So I got this opportunity, and I can't believe this. I have been so lucky both times. So let's not destroy it. So the tournament starts tomorrow 7:30 a.m. in India. That is a Sunday morning. All right, we will wake up. It's a big opportunity. I can't miss it. And also, I am going to make a lot of changes to my team. The thing is, I have participated in 2 Sorcerous Cup tournaments already. Unfortunately, I haven't done good. I have done average, like winning and losing around 50% of my matches. That is not good enough, especially when I'm playing with pretty much players of my own capability, like similarly ranked, similarly skilled people. So tomorrow I am almost the least skilled person, least ranked person for the regional continentals, and it will be extremely difficult. Almost all people I I'm gonna encounter are like the best players of their countries, like the best Indian players across India are there in that tournament. Similarly, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Japan, all the Asia and Australia is participating. The best of their players are there, and everyone is highly ranked, elite trainers, ace trainers. It will be really difficult for me, but it will be the best tournament I participate in. It will be such a learning experience. And I have made some big changes. I'm gonna take Bronzong. I don't think Hypno is working for me. It does work, but I want that Bulldoze so bad that just for that Bulldoze, I want to take Bronzong. Also, I have taken out Munchlax because sort of didn't work for me. I tried a lot. So I have replaced Munchlax with the Azumarill. I was not using Fairy because I thought there is a lot of poison going on, so Fairy is not a good idea. But I think Azumarill is so powerful Pokemon. Even if there is so much poison around, I can take Azumarill. So let's see what happens tomorrow, and I hope I do good enough to share this video. If I do too bad, this video never goes live. And if I do a decent run, even if it's slightly favorable to me, like 4-3, I will upload that video because it will be such a learning experience for you guys who are participating in Sorcerous Cup or are going to participate in their continentals or even the wild cards, right? So let's see how it goes, and wish me luck. I'll wish myself good luck. Let's see how I do tomorrow morning.